Welcome to Fika's Focus. Voices leading change.
Welcome back to Fill the Gap. We are here with Shay. How are you, Shay?
I'm good, thanks. Thanks for having me back.
Yeah, it's cool to have you back. We are chatting today about positive language, positive affirmations in terms of supporting or helping our little people have a smooth transition into the centre during the day, and the importance of the role that the whānau can take and also what we can do as educators. So it's nice to have you chatting about this. I know you wrote about it in your blog for the newsletter, so it's a nice follow-on from that.
Oh, cool.
So in your experiences, just as we're going into dropping off our child, what do we know is the value of positive language and empowerment in that space?
I feel like when children are arriving to the centre, you can instantly read either from who's dropping them off or from the child themselves what you're sort of in for. You know, like teachers have that, like, cool, I'm reading this situation, the body language tells me I need to support more. That can look like children coming in upset, sad already about their day, and that might stem from the car ride, the car park, home. But we are seeing quite anxious children arriving to school. So we know we're there to comfort them. We're there to find out how can we support. And that might sound like, how was your morning? Or how are you guys doing? Or I can see that you're feeling a bit sad today. Do you know we've got this provocation set up, and helping them to know that when they come here, they've got something to look forward to that actually could help with maybe the anxieties that they're feeling. Mm-hmm. But I think mostly for parents, I'm going to speak on one of the families we have at Terrace Views, where with this particular child we have actually built a relationship together, the mother and I, where we are encouraging and empowering the child to have brave drop-offs. Mm-hmm. It's something that they've started within their home, and it filters through the car ride there, and I know that my role is to be consistent and take the tail end of it. Mm-hmm. And we've seen such progress. And this particular child actually was one of the children who helped me to think, how do I bring that to mat time?
Oh, cool. Right.
You know, like seeing her very upset at drop-offs, not wanting to detach from mum. You know, she loves her mum, that's her safe space. So for me to recognise that and see, okay, she's clinging, she doesn't want to let mum go, how can then I make it a trusting feeling with her, that she knows she can come to me, the consistency's there, the language is there, where me and mum are both on the same sort of waka with her specific drop-offs, and we're seeing like a huge progression in just the child herself.
It is hard as a parent, and we're both parents, it's very hard when your child's not settled and you're leaving.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, let's acknowledge that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I struggled. My Frankie really struggled. What was hard for Frankie is that we had, at the time, just Papamore Beach, and she saw everyone else's parents walk back in the room, and they all got to go, but we would be in and out of the room, and she was like, well, hang on.
Yeah.
This is, my dad's here or my mum's here, what's going on?
Yeah.
And it was extremely hard for her, and me personally, I found it very tough to leave her screaming and crying, and we were lucky to have some very high quality teachers that just knew how to use provocation or how to fill the gap in that space in terms of helping her regulate.
Yeah.
But the parent doesn't get a chance to regulate because you walk out to the car and you're
absolutely.
off and crying.
You're like, I need to go to work now, and you probably arrive to work flustered. But I think when parents know, like, the trusting relationships with all kaioko in that space is there, we are, you know, ideally setting our provocations to the interests of the children. We then know we're impacting them because they come in and they know, oh, you know, I'm really interested in Play-Doh. There's always a Play-Doh table set up. How cool. It becomes like their own sort of determined routine that they've got planned in their mind, and I guess it's how we respond positively to that, or we can respond anxiously to that, or it is a tough deal.
So let's just talk about some of the language we could use to support our little ones as a whānau to help just make that transition into the day-to-day operations. What's some language we could use to empower or to give them control or things like that?
I feel like for my girls, transitioning them from their morning into their day, the language I might use with them is, what are you thinking of doing at school today? Or having them feel excited about who they might see. Not specific to one teacher, but actually me emphasising to them that they actually have a team of teachers, we might see. And because we work in a very open space, the wai and the ngā, I'll even include, we might actually see Heather today. I wonder what Heather might be setting up today, or I'm so excited to see what the outside teachers are doing, and actually bring some excitement to their thoughts that sort of steers away from, I don't want to go.
Building anticipation is a very powerful, as an adult, building anticipation, book yourself a holiday, you start figuring out that you're counting down the days and you're starting to think exactly like what you're doing, or you're taking your whānau away for a weekend, or the anticipation is actually a very powerful motivator. I think, again, elaborating on that around that there's a team of teachers, but also the peers and friends.
Yes.
That's a big one. That's probably, in my experience, I believe that's actually far more powerful.
Yeah.
Because knowing, hey, you're going to see Shay or Sammy's going to be there, or little Ray's going to be there. What are you guys going to do today?
Yeah, and really trying to get that creativity, or maybe it's construction that they're really strong in, or this, the things is there, like sandpits. What are you going to do in the sandpit today? For parents to really maybe enhance the play ideas that they can do, or I think that's would be a positive impact on children. Steering away from,
deficit type language that would further compound the anxiety, I think, is where we really want to support whānau. If it's like, if it's not nice, I'll come and pick you up, or it's going to be okay, mummy's not far away, or what it's doing is reaffirming some of that language of anxiety, and it's not giving that little person a chance to actually stay true and strong in themselves. It's still reinforcing need.
I hear what you're saying.
Like a depth of connection that is not supporting their emotional and social competence. I think that's quite. So just on that, so as a teaching team, what can we do for whānau to support them if their children are having tough drop-offs?
I feel like be there. I feel like maybe consistent learning stories actually showcases that what are they doing throughout the day. Perks of having the Instagram stories as well shows them the fun things they are engaging with throughout the day, and just reconnecting with parents at the end of the day to reassure them hey, we actually did this today, they loved it, or no, messy play was a hit today, you've got a ton of washing, but the face says it all. Your child really, really enjoyed it.
So it's start to end really. And then post pickup, as a whānau member that's supporting in the ecosystem of the child, you can reaffirm a lot of that.
Yeah.
Wow, do you think you'll do that tomorrow?
Yes. Have it become
who set that up? Oh, it was Ray that set that up. But you know what? My friends all come and joined in. Who are your friends? Oh, we did this, and ha ha ha, we're laughing, and you're just reaffirming the experience.
Yes.
What it does for that child is it just continues to build blocks of positivity and appreciation for what actually is going on in the centre, and it just highlights the power that they have over their day and the control that they get to go out and engage with their mates and be messy and put paint everywhere and paint each other's hair and roll in the sand and all that sort of stuff. It's just that role was just so critical, and it will restart that cycle in that situation. So I think it's such an important piece. In that last space, Shay, just talking about a drop-off, what if it's not the designated, say whānau have gone away or something, and it's not the designated typical whānau member that drops the person off? What advice should that parent be giving to nana or papa or koro or auntie who's coming in to drop the child?
That's a really cool thing to think about. I think even like for my own children, if I were to change it up, someone else drop them off or pick them up, sometimes I lead with they're very, very confident in these things for drop off, but you might see that they need a little bit of support with. So where belongings go, what they might expect to see when they walk into the ngā room, what provocations or what areas of play they might see. I can say, hey Dad, Ada actually is very confident at putting her own belongings away. She likes to put her own bag away. She'll find her photo. The thing that she might need support with is a cuddle at the end. She likes to give you a cuddle at the door. And I think that preempts the person to then recognise those moments as it plays out, but also teachers are there too that will also know that same routine of the child. So I think the conversation from the parent to that person is important, but also, still empowering and keeping the same routine that the child knows and that the teacher knows the child does. I think it, in return, works really well.
Okay, thank you. I really appreciate it. It's a small part. It's something that we're continually working on for whānau, is that feeling of my child's safe, my child's actually not having a disaster of a day. I just want to finish on the fact that if your child is really struggling, we will call. We will
absolutely.
let you know. We will not just hide that they are crying.
Yes.
If they are sad and upset for the day, we're not going to just let them wallow in their sorrow. We will do everything and anything we can to really help them feel that way. And if you, as a whānau member, feel a little bit anxious, ring. If I know I was
absolutely. If you need the phone call, absolutely ring. There's phones in every room.
Just ring and say, hey, is little Ray okay? Because that was a very hard drop off for me. And I think in saying that further, being vulnerable and saying, I'm really struggling with that and I need help.
Absolutely.
We are absolutely here to help in that space. If that's how you're feeling, tell us. Give us a shot to really work with you. Not work in your own space, because we know as a parent it is tough, especially if you've got to get them in, get to work, traffic.
Oh, absolutely.
You know that rush. Give us a shot to help you by saying, hey, Shay, Ray, I'm struggling with the drop-offs. I hate leaving her screaming like that. I need help. And that opens the door for us to say, cool, right, we're going to make a plan.
Absolutely. And I guarantee you the plan will literally be made by that afternoon. And you will be saying, hey, let's try this tomorrow. We'll see if it works. Tomorrow happens. The teachers are right there ready, Okay,
thank you very much, Shay. A very powerful conversation, and we appreciate your opinions.
Thank you.